I'm Katie Cohen and I'm the Director of Programmes in the UK and Ireland, based here at the London Centre. London is a dynamic city of over 9 million people, and it offers students a wonderful array of opportunities. My talented team will support students learning in the classroom, interning at placement, and exploring this city and the UK.
There's always something going on. There's great arts and culture and music and live performance, great social opportunities, great place for young people to meet other young people, to have shared activities around common interests.
I really like the size of the city, and also just knowing that there's a lot of opportunity here, and I've never run out of things to do, so just a lot of stuff to do.
I think it's a great destination. I think there's so much to offer. I feel like you can experience new things every day. So like in that sense, it is like a perfect destination because you can find everything here and it just keeps on. It's like a gift that keeps on giving.
It's been one of the cities I've always wanted to go to, so the opportunity to live and work here, I couldn't turn it down. The reason why I was really excited to intern here is because it is like the business and financial capital of the world.
I love London because of the amount of great food available. There's so many great restaurants, and that's actually a result of London's great diversity. There's over 300 languages spoken here.
The classes here are definitely different from the University of Minnesota. They're much smaller, so whereas at the U I would maybe have 50 to 100 students in a class, here they're almost always less than 20. So I feel like we all really have like a one-on-one relationship with our professors. They all know our names.
You do get really close to everybody, and with everyone being abroad, it's really a clean slate and everyone wants to meet new people, so you get really close to your classmates. And the way the classes themselves are oriented, it's very team-based, collaborative, and very discussion-oriented, so you spend a lot of time talking and engaging with everyone.
And they're fun classes, they definitely are. They encourage you to talk to others around you and to make friends, but we do actually work. We have weekly assignments, and I think learning the differences between British higher education and American higher education. Academics are taken seriously, but of course, they're fun classes to take. And I think that another thing that sets these classes apart from Minnesota classes is that they're all really rooted in the fact that we are in London. So a lot of the stuff that we're learning has kind of like a geographic element to it. We're learning how these concepts pertain specifically to the city that we're living in for these few months.
My classes have a lot of field studies, which is super fun because you're not just cramped in a lecture hall or a classroom all day. A lot of the exploring London that I've done has been during my class time. So that's super awesome that it's just completely integrated in the curriculum and you get to explore the city that way. And you also get to learn firsthand from our professors who have a lot of experience in London and know a lot about its history. You kind of get to learn from their perspective, which again just adds on to the experience.
And then for my supply chain class, we actually went to a coffee roaster dispensary place, and we learned about how their supply chain works specifically, where they pull their resources from, and how they try to have a sustainable supply chain.
My favorite field studies are for my introduction to museology class. So we spend half the time in the classroom learning about museums, and then the other half obviously in museums themselves. And that's been a lot of fun because we get to go to a lot of unique museums and collections, art collections and stuff like that aren't necessarily like the big name ones. And we do go to some, like the British Museum and the Natural History Museum, but we do a lot of these smaller collections that is a lot of fun, and it lets me learn about the culture in a way that I wouldn't have seen originally.
A couple of my favorites have been the City of London and Canary Wharf, and we went there because we were talking about the effect of globalization in London in class. And basically what the essence of it was is that these big international corporations have taken these neighborhoods over, and it was really, really cool. And then also for my British history class, when we were talking about World War I, we went to the Imperial War Museum, which was really cool because that kind of gave you a deeper understanding of it and kind of puts you in, just in a setting where these things are being, discussed and appreciated.
Yeah, so the internship is basically a 20-hour-a-week program where you intern at a London company, and you actually get to choose the industry, so that was really cool. So obviously, as a marketing major, I chose marketing. So I'm working at a market research agency in London. It's called Engage, and it has been super fun, and you kind of get to do it with your classes, and they actually schedule it for you, so you have time for both, and you don't have to worry about scheduling too much. It's all done for you, and I found it to be a really cool experience, and I've learned a lot from it.
An internship is a time commitment, but I think you get back a lot more than what you put in over the entirety of your life. Working 20 hours per week in one of the organizations we have here in London, it gives you a great opportunity to integrate with the culture, to participate in the culture, to get to know locals, learn about their lives, what they like about London. By participating in the culture, students that don't do an internship really just scratch the surface.
Yeah, so I'm obviously interested in the healthcare field, so I'm working at King's College Hospital being a project manager. So I work on a specific project creating it's a training facility or an academy for nurses and midwives. So then I also do a lot of things for feeding back information into the quality improvement team as well.
I'm interning at iRemind, which is part of the Mind organization, which is the biggest mental health organization in the UK. And so I'm based in Hackney, and I do a lot of their referrals, and it's really nice to be able to talk with clients and be part of group work and things like that, and actually in the UK, and experience it more than I would without an internship. So we're actually, as part of our internship course, we're doing a study on that, and so we've interviewed different people from the United States and from here. And I think the biggest thing, even talking with my coworkers here, is the amount of time off they get and the care towards mental health. And although I do work in the mental health field, they do get, I believe it's 25 paid days off, so the ability to be able to kind of reset.
The biggest thing I've noticed between the United States and the UK in terms of work culture is the sociability aspect of it. People here are very sociable, and in a way that it seems very genuine, and they really care about you, as being social and talking to them usually occurs before work, and they seem to genuinely want to know about you and your life.
I've gone to Wales as part of the program, which was one of my favorite trips. I went to Paris for a weekend. I was able to go to southern Spain for our break week. And I'm planning on traveling a lot after as well.
I've been almost everywhere in the UK. I've been up to Edinburgh, I've been to York, Manchester, Wales, Cambridge, and Oxford for work, which was a lot of fun.
I think definitely bring your sense of adventure, bring a yes mentality. So, don't say yes to everything if you don't want to, but it definitely helps. You'll have the best stories and the best experiences if you're willing to go out and do things, if you're willing to try new things. I think it really helps to be open-minded. The fact that this program kind of has different activities woven into it and opportunities to make friends means that it's pretty easy for anybody to have a great time, no matter what your personality is. I joined a bowling and softball league in London. It's been honestly one of the highlights of my semester, is being able to get together with a bunch of British people and go bowling and have some fun. And I feel like I've picked up some British slang that way and learned a little bit about British culture.
The University of Minnesota and Kappa and everyone involved is extremely accommodating to tailor your experience to what you're trying to get out of it. So if you really just want to see the city and only take a few classes, you can do that. If you want to completely load your schedule and get the most experience out of it, you can do that too. Or if you want to be somewhere in the middle. The programs you work with and the people you work with are extremely accommodating to tailor an experience to what you're looking for specifically.
Here, Kappa really takes care of you. They have programs where you can go and do events with other students. It's very easy to meet people, and your workplace really knows how to accommodate the interns that are coming in. If you're on the fence about this, if you're able to get it into your schedule and make it work for you, I would say definitely do it. I know it can be very stressful being a junior, senior, maybe a sophomore, fitting it into your schedule, but if you have the time, definitely do it. It's a great experience. The classes are kind of at your own pace most of the time. Work is very fun here, and you have a lot of free time to go see and explore the city.
I'd really encourage studying abroad, because Europe is always going to be here, but you're never going to be in the city as a student, and that's a very unique experience that you only get once in your life. And I definitely encourage everyone to take that opportunity, because you're going to grow in incredibly new ways at 20 years old, where you get to go and live in a completely new country and study and work and just experience every aspect of it.
Do it. Just study abroad. You should absolutely do it. There's no better semester that I've had in my 4 years of college than this one. I think it's something that you're going to remember forever. I don't think that many people regret studying abroad. I think mostly people regret not studying abroad. So I really think that you should take the leap and, book the plane ticket.
We can't wait to welcome you to London.